This is the Waykar 120 Pints Energy Star Dehumidifier, a clean white, compact tower with soft edges, a front water window, and a top louver that opens when it powers on. It rides on 4 smooth casters, has sturdy side handles, and a tidy cord wrap in the back next to a 3-prong plug and a covered port. The control panel up top is a simple touch layout with a big humidity readout, fan speed, swing, and timer buttons. It looks like a small modern air conditioner, but it's built to pull moisture out of big spaces. I live in Arizona, and while most of the year is dry, we get humidity spikes during monsoon season and after summer storms. That's when rooms start feeling heavy, clothes take longer to dry, and a faint musty smell can creep into storage areas. From my experience, this unit made a fast, visible difference. Out of the box, it's straightforward. Plug it into a grounded outlet, set your target humidity, and the machine does the rest. The louvers open, the fan ramps, and once the compressor kicks in, the air warms slightly as it dries. That mild warmth is normal because dehumidifiers move moisture out by passing air over a cooled coil inside, then reheat it a bit as it exits. Key features that matter to me are the Energy Star certification, the 120 pint moisture removal rating under 95 degrees Fahrenheit and 90% relative humidity, and the claimed coverage up to 6,000 square feet. A quick note for anyone new to this, the 120 pint number is measured at very hot and very humid conditions. In typical home conditions, you'll still get strong performance. Just understand that up to is tied to those test conditions. The humidity set point ranges from 30% to 80%. I usually aim for around 45 to 50% because that's a sweet spot for comfort and mold prevention. You get a 24-hour timer for scheduling, auto defrost to keep the coils from icing in cooler rooms, overload protection for safety, an auto swing function to push dry air across the room, and a washable filter that slides out for a quick rinse. It draws about 350 watts when the compressor is running, and because it cycles on and off after hitting the target, it hasn't spiked my utility bill. In my opinion, the sound profile is very manageable. The fan whoosh is smooth, and the compressor hum is there, but not intrusive. I've had it running in a living space while watching TV without needing to turn up the volume much. The swing feature helps distribute the air, so one corner doesn't get overly dry, while another stays damp. If you want it extra quiet at night, the lower fan setting still moves air well enough for a bedroom or office. It's perfect for basements, large family rooms, laundry areas, garages, and storage spaces. In Arizona, my problem room is a back room that gets stuffy during storms. On a sticky day when the indoor humidity hit the mid-60s, this unit brought it down to 45% in just a few hours. The water that came out was eye-opening. You don't realize how much moisture is in the air until you're pouring it out. The front tank holds 1.14 gallons and has a float that trips when full. The tank slides out with a handle and pours cleanly, but I'll be honest, because the machine can pull a lot of water, the tank feels small. On a really humid day, I had to empty it multiple times. That's not a knock on performance. It's just that the collection bucket fills quickly when the unit is doing its job. From my experience, the fix is to use the included drain hose and set it up for continuous drain. That turned the whole experience from I'm babysitting the bucket to set it and forget it. The hose connects at the back, and you want the hose to slope downward to a floor drain or lead outside. Make sure the drain cap and switch are fully tightened to avoid drips. I ran it to a floor drain, and it's been wonderfully hands-off ever since. Build quality feels solid for a 34-pound appliance. The housing is plastic but fits tight, the wheels roll smoothly, and the side handles make it easier to move without awkward lifting. The tank fit is snug. It did stick once when I tried to reinsert it quickly, but a firm, straight push settled it into place. I'd suggest sliding it in slowly until you hear or feel it seat. The front water window is easy to check at a glance, and the indicator light lets you know when it's full. The control panel is as straightforward as it gets. Tap the humidity up or down, pick your fan speed, and use the timer if you want it to start or stop at specific times. The readout tracks close to my separate hygrometer, within a couple of points. If you're new to humidity numbers, think of 30 to 40% as quite dry, 45 to 55% as comfortable for most homes, and anything over 60% as a zone where mold and dust mites get happier. Keeping it under 50% is a simple way to protect furniture, instruments, and anything stored in boxes. On energy use, a unit like this doesn't run full blast all day if your space is sealed reasonably well. It works hardest at the start when the room is wet, then the duty cycle eases up as it approaches your target. Over a long day of mixed runtime, the cost for me has been modest, and the Energy Star rating is reassuring for efficiency. I also appreciate that the filter is washable. A quick rinse keeps airflow strong and helps the machine run cooler and quieter. I'd recommend this for homeowners who need strong humidity control across large or open areas, folks dealing with seasonal surges like monsoon season, and anyone sensitive to musty odors and damp air. If you have a basement, laundry room, or big living space that gets sticky, this unit has the capacity to keep up. If your home is split into many closed-off rooms, dehumidification is more effective when you keep doors open or place the unit in the dampest zone and give it time. A couple of small cautions from my setup. The first day, I put a tray under it just to be sure there were no unexpected drips while I learned the tank routine. Once I switched to the drain hose and snugged everything tightly, I never saw another drop. The second is about expectations. The 6,000 square feet claim assumes good airflow and fewer barriers. In a typical house with walls and doors, you'll get the best results if you focus on the problem area, then move the unit or use fans to circulate if needed. I've seen strong feedback about Waykar's customer support. I haven't needed to contact them, but it gives me confidence to see how responsive they are reported to be with replacements or solutions when something goes wrong. In conclusion, this is a powerful, efficient dehumidifier that looks good and is easy to live with. It pulls a lot of moisture, runs quietly, and the controls are simple. The small tank means frequent trips if you don't use the hose, but once you switch to continuous drain, it becomes a low-maintenance workhorse. In my opinion, the combination of capacity, Energy Star efficiency, quiet operation, and straightforward setup makes it a strong choice for big spaces and for anyone who wants reliable moisture control without a lot of fuss. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe and drop your questions or experiences in the comments. Thank you for watching.